welcome back everyone to a Scouts of Entertainment third day's Reforged Siege Battle replay today. It's a great 4v3 sent in by Eclipse 2500 off the Darkcloud. I am Micka of Scouts of Entertainment here, glad to have you here with me. Now we'll go through the army comps, but before we get started, if you want to see your own replays featured here on this channel guys, you can post them to my email at scoutsoфentertainment@gmail.com. You can also post them directly to me on the Discord via my Discord ID. You can also join my Discord server Scouts Reconnaissance, where you can post your battle replays into the battle replay sub-channel you will find there, or you can also tag me in any third days Reforged replay on the third days Reforged Discord itself. I also have various funding options available in the video description below if you'd like to support the work. It does really help out the channel and the Discord. But if you want to help out the channel in other ways, don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell for notifications so you never miss a fight. With that, let's get in with the battle today, starting with Eclipse 2500's army of course. His trolls knocked down his own men there, but don't worry, they're getting back up. We have some mere small chosen here. Looks to be a couple units of them. I see Sauron's Will, a couple units there. I see Sauron's Will coming through the building here. That's pretty scary. We have some Temple Guard I saw before, maybe some Temple Executioners. I can't see them just yet. Olag High, of course. Blackguard Barad-dûr as well. Nazgul I saw earlier. There's the Temple Executioners right there. Hang on. Those are commanding officers? They are the commanding officers. There's the Temple Executioners right there. Alright. The rest of Eclipse 2500's army is this way. I think I saw Adunium Shadowbows there as well. We've got some Orc Javelins here. We've also got some Orc Maulers here and some more Sauron's Will. Got a lot of Sauron's Will today. A second unit of Orc Javelins. More, is it Orc Maulers? I think I see some more on Halberds as well, but I think I'm wrong. I think it's just Orc Maulers. We've got some more on Halberds here though. More Temple Executioners belonging this time to Glorious Kazakhstan. G'day, Glorious Kazakhstan. Glorious here has some Temple Executioners, not armoured up. We've got some Orc Javelins here as well, so a second Mordor army. Some more on Halberds, about 2 units there, along with some Mere Small Chosen. The more on Halberds here will act as a good meat shield for the Mere Small Chosen, but to a degree the armour of this Mere Small Chosen should actually help the Halberds as well, so they kind of lean on each other when it comes to handling the incoming enemy fire. We have here some more Orc Javelins, a ton of Orc Javelins today, they'll need them. We've also got here some Moron Archers, Temple Guard. There's Orc Javelins, but I think we saw them before, belonging to Eclipse. We've got a catapult here, a second catapult belonging to Glorious Kazakhstan. Some Adunium Shadowbows, more Sauron's Will, well, actually probably the same Sauron's Will there. We've got 2 units here of Sauron's Will belonging to Glorious, some more on Halberds as well. Orc Maulers, more on Halberds once again. And the last one, we have a third Mordor army here today, commanded by Diego Riamos, who's also a member of the Fear Clan. G'day Diego. We've got here some Olag High, some Sauron's Will as well. Temple Guard. We've also got a unit of Sauron's Will. We've got here some Mere Small Chosen. More on Halberds. More on Infantry. Orc Javelins there. We also have some more on Infantry over here. I think Diego's the only player to bring more on Infantry. We have some Mere Small Chosen again. More on Infantry. Should act as a good holding unit though in this battle. And might encourage the enemy to waste a lot of ammunition on them too. We have some more on Halberds, another unit of Adunium Shadowbows, and some Orc Archers, which are kind of like light tier archers, don't rely on them too much. Obviously you only rely on units like the Moron Archers, and I think Temple Guard are the better archer units here of Mordor. We have Nazgul here, isolated from the rest of the army actually. 2 units of Temple Executioners. None of the Temple Execution units I've noticed today are armoured up. I think that brings us to the first of the 4 defenders here. Mr. Stinkman, commanding Numenor. We've got some Belaga footmen here. 3 units of them. It looks like we had Glorious here sort of selling out a little bit. But I think his allies said it's a grace period, get your ass back here. We are at the Temple of Melkor map. We have some Numenor Shield Guard, actually 2 units there, Numenor Shield Guard. We have 3 units of Seafarers of Nindamos, some Naru and Iron Sentinels, Pharazim Swordmasters next, 2 units of Numenor Cohort, Royal Legion of Armalos, Naru and our Royal Guard, and 2 units of Balagar Pikemen. Now who's down here behind the bridge? Some Norrentino Cavalry belonging to Tundrasfox. Strange to see them all the way down there, but anyway, it is what it is. This is all Mr. Steepman's army here, all of it, which is a little bit surprising. His allies must be over here. Let's go. We've got the Realm of Imladris, commanded by Tundrasfox, who's putting his forces all the way here in the valley, which is kind of looking very awesome here. We've got some Eldenwy Spearmen, we have some Belaga Footmen belonging to Meven, another one of the attackers here. I think we have two Numenor armies and two Imladris armies here, so that should please a certain somebody. We have some Numenor Shield Guards, Norrentino Warriors, I think again. Imladris Guardians armored up. There's another unit of Norrentino Warriors. We have some Belaga Footmen there, 2 units of them I reckon. Numenor Shield Guard, I reckon 2 units there as well. Some Seafarers of Nindamos. We've also got some Naru Royal Guard. Numenor Cohort here, a couple units of them. Belaga Footmen, looks to be 1 unit there, and some Belaga Archers as well. 2 units of Eldari Spearmen, Eldari Swordmasters, Great Dam Rindan armoured up. You also have, I think, 2 more units of Seafarers of Nindamos. Pharazim Swordmasters, Numenor Steel Bows, 2 units of them. And that appears to be it here. I've never seen a player bring his army down into this valley. We have got the Great Arthane Ballista. This ballista will be valuable, knocking out all those catapults. This one belongs to Frogie. Some Godhelm Enua armoured up. Eldanly Archers, Matter of Sentries, 2 units there. And if I didn't say earlier, the Matter Guardians there belong to Frogie. So yeah, we have Meven and Frogie and Tundrasfox. So Frogie has units mixed in here as well. I thought I saw some Maris units all the way over here before, but they must have moved them when deployment ended, or they're just very fast. We have glorious Kazakhstan here moving some Adunim Lancers over here. There is no enemy over here. Alright, so this is interesting. When the battle started, guys, we had all the players here lined up in this area. We had about 3 players in this vicinity here, with Mr. Sneakman, all the way over there. Now, well, the attackers here looks to have brought all their armies down here, and are going to bring them up as required, it would seem. This should reduce the impact of all those catapults that the defenders have. That is their intention, probably, to sort of drip feed in the attack, you know. Keep it strong, but don't overdo it, and open yourself up to heavy losses from the catapults. Or the body-piercing ammunition of the Adunim Shadowbows. Those are the 2 critical factors that the attackers need to keep always in mind in this fight. Those are the threats they've got to try and isolate, push back, or take out as soon as they reveal themselves. Now, the Warriors here has got to be careful. If he sees that ballista, he's either going to fire on it, and get his catapult behind one of the buildings here or the mountain. You can't really go toe-to-toe with a ballista. They'll always win when it comes to a ballista catapult fight. I've never seen a catapult win that fight in my history of looking at Reforged. And so if that was the case today, it would certainly be a first. Now this is pretty cool. We've got Diego here sallying out, looking to hold this choke point here. Sometimes you do see defenders hold here. Not very often, but sometimes. Usually the defender sets up his army on this ramp here. It's easier to defend because obviously the choke point is smaller, and you can fire on the enemy as he's bringing reinforcements in over here, as well as stationing reinforcements in this vicinity as well. But what Mordor needs to keep in mind here with his Temple Guard is that his opponents have Godhelm Enua, which can really inhibit the Temple Guard's ability to fire on their enemies. Because as you know, that ammunition can knock any unit on their butts, including trolls, I believe. I swear I've seen that ammunition knock over trolls in the past, so apologies if I got that wrong. Okay, Mr. Seaman's bringing up more forces here. Yeah, he can't win sending in these forces. These guys here will be annihilated. Once Grace is over, I would fully expect to see the Adunim Lancers just plow into him. This is a light tier spear unit, doesn't handle cab charges well. Even in shield wall formation, they still take heavy casualties. I've seen it before. Belaga Footmen are a great unit to sort of hold your enemy back, much like the Mordor infantry. But when it comes to being hit by heavy cavalry, prepare to lose them. It's fair to say. Yeah, what do we have over here? Oh no. Now there are other paths obviously into Melkor's fortress, down here in particular. But a player has to move his army all the way around here. And his allies, while they're attacking, could need his reinforcements, need his army. If he does come this way, it'll take him a long time to get into position to attack. So if you've got the time, you probably should do it. But if your allies have already begun their attack, it's probably not a good idea to march over. You should only begin your attack at the same time they begin theirs. Easiest way to sort of divide and conquer your enemy. We've got archers of Rivendell here being moved up. Now these guys here are not armoured up, which make them easy picking. In fact, right now, if Grace is over, this is where Diego should start firing, if he has more than archers on the walls here. Largely because we've got the elves firing here, but largely because we've got 2 units of archers of Rivendell mixed in together, so that's double the chances of hitting both units at once. Obviously he's missed his window, but maybe he can't hit that far. I wouldn't say it's obvious. Given that he's firing at this unit, well, it's closer, but it could be the only unit in range. The elves do have a slight edge over most factions when it comes to the range of their archers. Now, on the wall here, I wonder how much protection this ramp's actually providing them. Well, he's going to have 2 units of elves firing soon, so that won't help. Okay, Diego obviously thinks he's losing archers too fast. And, you know, maybe it's fair to say he is. Yeah, getting him in loose formation would definitely help things. Also, forcing his enemy to expend their ammunition on a crappy unit definitely helps. So those points goes to Diego there for that. Now, we got Numenor cavalry coming up this way. Going after the Auric captains, this is horrible. Eclipse better pay attention. His legitimate shadows are going to be revealed as soon as they begin their attack. And Eclipse clues his general here. He's going to be at the forefront of this charge. He's surely he'll be able to see it on the map. I don't think he sees it. He doesn't see it. This could be bad. Okay, the general survives the charge. Okay, please be aware of it now. The Doom Shadowbows have been revealed. So 2 prized units here of Eclipse are now in mortal danger. I think the captains here are getting away with it a lot. You wonder how many charges. I think this choke point here is just inhibiting the Numenor cavalry's ability to get off a really good charge, you know? I'm amazed the general is still alive. That's 2 charges he survived head on. Eclipse appears to be still oblivious to the danger his general is in. He's not even at the forefront of the defense yet. But, you know, to be fair, it's easy to overlook something like this while you're in the game, while your attention is elsewhere. I'm rooting for Eclipse. I'm really hoping he realizes the danger he's generally in and get him out of there. Tundrasfox needs to form his cav and then charge in. It seems like his cavalry's getting caught here on that fence. He still doesn't see it. Damn, Shadowbows here could do a lot of damage to the Numenor cavalry packed up like this. It's like he's just toying with him. Let's go and have a look over here. What's the big hubbub? No, that fight's still ongoing. This one looks to be picking up steam over here. Seafarers and the Moss engaged. Glorious Kazakhstan here got his template, one of his template execution units already at the front, which is interesting. That is the target of the Seafarers of Nindamos. It is 3% to 4%. Looks like we've got template Temple Guard firing down below here. Yep. Blowing to eclipse, so this probably is where his attention is right now. He's got his Temple Executioners in that blob there. Mr. Sneakman bringing up pretty much all his seafarers on Ninemos. Probably a mistake. You know, one unit's probably good enough. They've got to conserve their ammunition. We know the defenders have about 6 units of these guys almost. So using all the javelin ammunition on just one is not very good for Numenor in the long run. You've got Orc Javelins here returning fire. Probably not a good idea. This is Belgian Footmen after all. There is one unit of Numenor cohort, maybe 2. Again, you got to save the ammunition for the Pharaohs and Swordmasters and later sentries. Great Day Marine Day. You just let the list roll off your tongue, really. There are much better units here. He gave up trying to kill his he gave up trying to kill his general. I'm not sure I would agree with that, Tundras. Alright. Well, Glorious here. Stand to. Tundras is being allowed to run amok here. The attackers must really be capturing their attention on those 2 choke points. Because this is amazing. I'm not sure why Tundras gave up trying to kill Eclipse's general there. I think it would have been worth trying to use up the whole cavalry unit to kill his general. Taking out one of the Mordor generals is a prize too big to ignore like that. You saw Eclipse getting off really lucky there. Yeah, where's that archer fire coming from? Nah, Belager archers, not the worst in the world. Sauron's will being sent up. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm not sure a biggest fan of that. I know it's Seafarers and Ninemos. I see them as light to mid-tier infantry. Slightly more on the mid-tier side of things. Now, what's going through the defenders' minds right here is because that blob looks so big, it looks very tempting, very juicy when it comes to catapult fire, javelin fire. So that's why I think the defenders feel compelled to fire into it, you know. The opportunity to get all the kills is just sometimes too hard to ignore or resist. Even if it is kills of, well, crappy units, crappy to mid-tier units. Now, unfortunately, that was a bit of friendly fire there, and you hate friendly fire when it comes to Mordor. They're very skittish when it comes to flame fire. Now, this is probably a good idea, firing the Dunedain Shadowbows. You got a big blob of troops here. Firing a few volleys for the Dunedain Shadowbows, then allowing your melee infantry to finish them off is probably the way to go. We know Numenor could bring their own Dunedain Shadowbows, so we'll see whether or not they do that later. Looks like we have 2 units of Dunedain Shadowbows firing in, one from the hill where the Temple Guard used to be. Eclipse firing in now. Has a nice angle here on the line. What's even better for Eclipse's perspective is that this tree here would actually help intercept any potential friendly fire coming from those Dunedain Shadowbows, or at least most of it. So pretty much all the arrows that would find their way to this area would, you know, 90% hit their enemy. I don't know why we have Nazgul. We got Nazgul here behind enemy lines. But, you know, he'll be alright. They got tons of HP. 17 to 18%. Arrow fire flying over our heads like crazy. Temple Guard here being, well, peppered to high heaven. And they're trying to target the Numenor cohort. Now, Belager archers are firing into them. Both units belonging to Numenor. Both belonging to Meven. Now, they got ammunition when it comes to Temple Executioners to spare, so it's That's probably why he's firing into him. What's he trying to do here? I think he needs the elevation, unless he's firing at troops way into the distance there. Possibly into the Adunim Shadowbows. If you can hit the Adunim Shadowbows, that's a great thing. I think it's exactly what he's doing. Yep. Adunim Shadowbows can't compete with that. Temple Guard should be able to bring them down quickly. Already they're down 31. Even the arrows are shooting overhead, up ahead, over their head, whatever you want to say. Seems to be finding its mark. AP archers are pretty darn accurate, even when they fire those lob shots that I'm not a big fan of. Where are we at now? 58. Tundras just sort of gave up with his 19 cav, sort of leaving them here. That's a strange move. I like Tundra's comment below, along with Eclipse, to find out what happened there. Was there some sort of agreement not to kill his general or something? Like, why did he give up not trying to kill Eclipse's general? I'll tell you what, that blister's going to town here on this Minas Morgul Chosen. Down almost 30 men. They scorched him. Okay, Glorious getting his catapult out of there to safety. Behind the hills. Okay, not a good idea for Eclipse to fire at the Belgian footmen here. Not when they're spread out like this. Got the fire mission coming in, obviously because Mordor fears the fire. It could trigger a mass Chandra when these guys are at 130 maybe. Yeah. The Aegean Shadowbows need to halt their fire. Unless they're aiming for this blob here, which they're not, they should probably halt their fire. Okay, let's go and check on Diego. I haven't seen Diego's choke point in a little bit here. Okay, Diego's trying to... He's brought down most of his army actually. He's going to try and hold the enemy here for a little while. We've got halberds mixed in with infantry. A formidable force. We've got Elderly Spearmen here. Now the elevation is great for the Orc Javelins, which is exactly what Diego here tried to do. It obviously cost him a bit. The Elves here, they're trying to drive him back. And these guys here still have ammunition, and they're down to 16. Tundras is wasting a lot of ammunition here trying to kill just a few soldiers. Yeah, it ain't worth it. When is it worth it? Well, when he brings up a fresh unit, or he brings a Temple Guard. You know, Diego should probably get his remaining Orc Javelins off the hill here and station them behind the line. They can still throw their Javelins, but into the Archers of Rivendell. That way he can actually expend their ammunition, or what's left of it, without actually losing the unit entirely. That's the decision he has to make, whether to leave the unit up here to try to draw as much fire as possible from his attacker, or get his troops down below where they can use their ammunition, or what's left of it, without being killed, so he loses it entirely. Okay, we've got more on the halberds being targeted by the Archers of Rivendell. We've got here, Minas Morgul Chosen being fired upon. Look at these streaks. Looks like they were fired on from a ballista. But there's no way a ballista could have done that. I think it's possible he can bring up his Adunim Shadowbows, put him right here, and then fire into the Elven Blob before him in relative safety. I mean, it's possible the Elderly Archers here could hit them, but the hill here should provide his Adunim Shadowbows at least some cover. And he can fire almost freely into his enemy. And they're right there. He's got to bring them up though. Okay, let's head over here. Looks like the defenders are pulling back. Alright, so we've got some Spears of Rivendell here armoured up. I didn't see the Spears of Rivendell before, but they are a decent unit of Imladris to bring, especially when they're armoured. Now, let's go have a look at the smouldering remnants of what's left here. What we got? We've got some Nazgul here, 9 Nazgul belonging to Glorious left behind to try and hold back the enemy. Well, one guy got up, but this guy ain't getting up again. Stay down. Jeez, Nazgul just heaving and hacking away at the Numenorians. Now let's have a look, see what's going on over here. It looks like the defenders are trying to. No, actually, no. We got 19 cavalry running down. Some more on halberds here that were broken. I thought Glorious was maybe onto him, but I guess not. Eclipse better hurry up and get his men to safety. Well, it's actually too late. Oh, hang on. They can fall back through this area and link up with the main force through here. Yeah, so he's not. They can come through the tunnels here as well. So yeah. He's not trapped, is what I'm trying to get at. Okay, we've got Olog High running down here, belonging to Eclipse, I believe. And they charged into the Spears of Rivendell alone, but there's no other supporting troops around them. Does this all belong to Diego? Or was it part of Eclipse's force? No, it's still Eclipse. The rest of Meven's force struggling to get up here quickly. Olog High disrupt the formation of the Spears of Rivendell, and the supporting troops makes it easier for them to carve up the spears without them getting a solid phalanx formation and ready, and being able to push back against the defenders charging at them. Light to mid-tier troops mostly leading the way still at this stage. Temple Executioners, Olog High, Sauron's will. These no small units. Mordor committing some of the best they have here right now. Well, Pharaohs and Nobles won't be able to accomplish much there, if anything. So it's a good thing Sneakman pulled them back. Alright, we got Blackguard of Barad-dûr here. Now, what's risky here for the defenders is they don't have any spears or halberds at the ready. Because the Blackguard, if he uses them right, will plough through this enemy force here, exposing themselves to the Pharaohs and Nobles. And what would look like a small victory for the defenders could turn into a defeat very quickly. Amazing. Nazgul is still alive. And they'll get back to the main force. Now Pharaohs and Swordmasters should pull back. Pharaohs and Nobles will try and get as many charges as they can, but actually now scratch that. Diego sent up some more on halberds in the nick of time, I reckon. They will protect this force here. So, you know, nicely done, Diego. Okay, Tundras is over here. So far it would seem by himself. We've got some Nazgul here on the front. I don't know if we have 6 units of Nazgul or 3 units of Nazgul. We got a fresh unit of Sauron's Will and Mordor halberds being brought up here. We got Numenor warriors just over there, potentially firing into the doomed Shadowbows. Yeah, they are. Again, the Shadowbows can just move up here, try and use the protection of the hill as best they can. Fire in. The attackers have this area pretty well covered. There's very few places for the Shadowbows to really hide. I still think the best place for them though is to get around where this tree is. If he insists on firing. But he's not firing anymore. Numenor warriors are still targeting them. Down to 22. We've got some Junior Shadowbows there, 58 belonging to Numenor. Yeah, Olakai should make this more of a fair fight. It was leaning all the Imladris' way there, up until the Olakai arrived. They should be able to disrupt the formation of the armor sentries, giving Sauron's Will a chance to carve up as many elves as they can, and maybe turn the tide of battle in their favour here. What Diego needs is to send up some Orc archers, Moron archers, whatever he's got really. Put them down here, try and fire into the enemy's archers. Try and protect any javelins or other doom shadowbows that might send up to this area, you know? The presence of the Olakai really has turned the tide here of this fight. As you can see, the elves are pushing the defenders back here a second ago. And thanks to the Olakai, they've pushed forward, carved up a nice little hole here in the attack. So we've got some Elden Swordmasters moving up. Now, I don't know why Diego's charging for the Olakai like this. He's going to lose them fast. Temple Guard here firing on the Numenor warriors. Now, the best reason I can surmise Diego doing that is to try and scare off enemy archers. He might be thinking about sending up a unit of Orc Javelins or putting up the Dunim Shadowbows again. I don't see any units of them being brought up besides the ones we already have. Okay, it is 46 here to 42. Olakai should probably just fight the Numenor warriors for now. Let the Temple Guard try and hit the Elden Swordmasters as best they can. Mordor sends up his smiths while chosen Mordor and halberds. Nazgul will set the Sauron's Will. Try to engage the enemy Swordmasters here at the pass. Cut off the retreat of the Numenor warriors, maybe. The terrain here should protect most of Mordor's army. So it looks like, oh, what's this? Alright, it looks like we've got Eclipse activating his army. He didn't send them around the long way to link up with the rest of the force. He attacked. They killed the ballista. This is a strange move. It's taken out a decent piece of enemy weaponry, but how much can they do here? This is a ballsy strategy, and it's ballsy because this force here is away from the rest of the army. The general, I think, maybe is here with them. That definitely helps things. But being isolated and surrounded by an enemy can really wreak havoc here on Mordor's morale. As you can see here, troops are already shaken. 150 shaken. We've seen Backguard Barad-dûr break at like 140. And I don't know if the general's here. I don't see the captains. Oh, no, they are here. They're over here. We've got the Orc Javelins here. Pretty much a full unit. Yeah, Eclipse chose to attack, but now he's pulling back. That's interesting. Don't know where he's going to. We've got Pharaohs and Nobles here trying to cut off the retreat. Got a nice charge here into the Orc Javelins. Jesus. We're taking out at least 40 in that one charge. Halberds and Mearsmort chosen up front. Eclipse now. Okay. Mordor got lucky there with that charge. That one wasn't as good. And they broke. So big win there for Eclipse. Well, what we got here? We've got Norrington and Cav just still around here. We've got Numenor and Steel Bows potentially targeting the Troll Catapult. Well, it looks like they're targeting the Orc Maulers with Steel Bows. It's kind of interesting that Eclipse is still trying to keep men down here in this area. And you've got a nice bunch here of shiny Numenorians. I'm sure the Orc Javelins love to get their teeth into them. Now what we got here? We got Numenor Regard from Sneakman in a bad position firing. Looks like a Numenor Sentinels here in the blob of Numenorians. Okay, Eclipse is going to try this with a fresh unit, it would seem. It's well supported. Oh, hang on. Frogie's reclaimed his ballista. I thought his crew was dead. Obviously not. No, Sentries need support. That ballista's doing everything it can. Sauron's will, he's been caught sleeping. Get a move on. We've got Great Marine here mixed in with the amount of sentries. The elves here should be able to repel the attack with those kind of units in the area. Oh, this unit, the Great Marine is down to 15. It's already taking heavy damage, it would seem. We got here Doom Shadowbow Fire targeting the Numenor Guard. Yep. Okay, Blackguard here pretty much got down to 60, not finished. Mordor's doing his best to cover them in. The Ballista does appear to be kneecapping this attack somewhat. 64 to 60. A little bit of friendly fire there. Where's Nazgul at? I don't know if it's a general Nazgul. We've got Royal Legion of Amelos coming in. Pharaohs of Swordmasters already in the pack. That fire from the Dim Shadowbows is bloody accurate. Alright, Numenor's got his best troops in there. These units here combined should be able to turn the tides for the attackers. Oh, nice hit. Perfect shot. Landed right in the pack of the Royal Legion and the Imladris sentries. Okay, Pharaohs of Stormmaster has already reached the formation. Yeah, okay, Numenor guards forcing them back, and Pharaohs of Stormmaster is doing it right. Coming back, attacking the enemy in the rear. This is where we should see some more javelins being brought down. Oh, here come the Doom Lancers. Charging down the hill. But all javelins need to be brought up here. Once this blob is completely surrounded and down to like a handful of troops, by then we should see both Imladris and Numenor really packed together with some of their best men in the area. Perfect target for all javelins. They should be able to get off at least 2 or 3 decent volleys. So that's what I would like to see happen next. It's fairly alright charges. Yeah, if Glorious was going to pick a time to use Cav, it seems like a bloody good time. But his window's closing. Once those Imladris sentries get to the front, those charges will be ineffective, and he'll lose that unit. Well, there are no troops being brought up. And so, as Diego retreated, looks like he is retreating what he has left. Tundras has already smashed his way through. Okay, Maris is on his way up. Eclipse probably has to withdraw. There's only one unit of Doom Lancers guarding this choke point. Now the next challenge for the attackers is a catapult on the ledge, obviously, but it looks like Tundras does have his ballista, I believe, still. Is that Tundras with the ballista? No, it's Frogie, my bad. Frogie has his ballista, so Frogie needs to bring up the ballista probably towards the front of the army. Keep the other sentries close by to protect it, of course. But the ballista needs to be brought up before they commit to their attack here, so it can take down that catapult before it has a chance to shoot at their whole army as they bring it up the hill. Let's have a look over here. What we got? Blackguard Barad-dûr, more Orc Maulers, Municipal Chosen. We've got the remnants here of Eclipse's force. Trying to attack the Numenorians in the area, it would seem. The Orc Javelins, I don't know if they used up their ammunition or not. You'd think they would have thrown a couple of volleys here given the position of these men and where they are. No, attackers aren't sending any troops this way. We've got elderly archers here. They are targeting the Troll Catapult and Orc Maulers. That really feels like a waste of ammunition on the catapult's part. Also, for the elderly archers, it would take a lot of fire to bring down that entire catapult crew. But they ran away from Temple Executioners. Froggy's brought up his ballista, and he's probably going to be targeting the Troll Catapult. Eclipse already retreating with it to get out of their line of fire. That's a tight window. No. I think they killed their own troops there. Yeah, they did. Alright, Eclipse has engaged Tundrasfox. He's all like high movement to protect his flank. But how they intend to stop the rest of this army coming over is anyone's guess. Great Day Arthnate also coming around. Trying to hug the hills. Get out of line of fire. Temple Guard firing into their backs. That's one way to do it. Charge, guys! Charge! There you go. Fairly decent charge. But Eclipse playing with fire. Not a bad retreat, given the circumstances. God helmet, you are slowing down the retreat though. We got player already admitting defeat here. Wonder who that could be. Well, Tipica are still firing probably into the Great Day Arthnate themselves, or is it Numenorians now? Royal Legion of Environmentalists, maybe. That's some range. They're trying to target the Eldanly Spearmen. Alright, Eclipse has regrouped his force, the same one that retreated. You do shadowbows from Steeps. The Steepmen still have ammunition. Should have no problem pushing back here against the right flank. No, they're shooting at reinforcements. That'll work. Let's go and have a look. Royal Guards there, Municipal Chosen's there. Orc Maulers are here. Did he save the Orc Javelins, I wonder? Yep, he did. There's his Troll Catapult and all. We've got a bunch of Numenorians just lobbed up there. A tempting target. Glorious here, trying to do as much damage as he can with his cavalry. God Helm Anywhere is exposed to him. A little surprised the attackers weren't able to pin down the cavalry and destroy it. Should be able to get off another charge there. Now, Meven here should not be chasing after the cavalry. I think maybe his intention should be to defend the God Helm here. Mostly attackers killed there. By Glorious's Troll Catapult. Oh, yep. Nice hit. Orc Maulers here, down to 77 broken. Nazgul, full unit, I think. Hey, that was horrible there. Lots of friendly fire. Killing a lot of the Sauron's will. Not a unit you want to lose. Or can afford to really lose. Especially at a time like this. 80 to 76. Attackers still have that 4-point margin. I've had that for a little while now. Matter of sentries being sent up, along with Numenor and reinforcements. So the attackers seem to be really committing their focus now to this spot. They need that ballista. Okay, there's the ballista. Frogie has brought it up. There's no catapult to shoot at just yet. There is one up peeking over the hill right now. He's got to move that ballista up a little bit further. 82 to 77. Bounce power still well within the attacker's favour. Alright, there's the rest of the Numenorean army, and Tundras has some units over here as well. But they're a little ways off from engaging. We got one of the trolls here, which is interesting. He's stuck. This is obviously a pathfinding issue. But how the attackers can really use this to their favour is if they engage that troll, it should actually prevent the rest of the catapult crew from firing, at least until that troll there is dead. So I think what the attackers need to do here is to get their troops through the tunnels first, start engaging. As the catapult turns to face them to fire on them, they attack that troll there. That should stop this Cal crew from firing, giving them time to get through the tunnels, attack them, try to overrun this position, and get up there before it has a chance to fire again at either themselves here or their allies over there. So there are glitches you can use to your advantage. It's a little dirty. But that's just what you can do. Now it looks like Mr. Sneakman, it looks like his general is in that unit there. It's impressive that he's one of the last 2 survivors. Looks like he's got his bow out. Why isn't he firing away? Glorious sending over reinforcements. 72 Adunium Shadowbows here. But they pretty much don't have a target. There's a great Marindane though, maybe they can shoot at, but half the unit's protected there by that building. The catapult is trying to fire on them right now. Probably shouldn't. If he scores the direct hit, we're looking at maybe 9-10 casualties at best. And that's like 1 out of maybe 10, 12, 20 shots. The odds aren't in your favour when it comes to hitting a target like that. With the catapult, with the ballista they're better, but you know, with the catapult no. 86 to 80. The Adunium Shadowbows are trying to fire, but getting a ton of friendly fire there on the Sauron's will. Not what you want happen. Meven here somehow has troops behind the enemy's line. It's a little strange not seeing reinforcements being sent up. Maybe he's out of melee troops, I don't know. Let's have a look. Orc javelins are here. Orc javelins should probably be brought up to fire their ammunition. To support the troops. Okay, flinging rotten meat. That's usually a telltale sign that they're out of ammunition and down to the bare bones of what they have left. Alright, now as you can see, the catapult crew is sort of spasming out a little bit. That's because they've engaged a troll here. This is buying them valuable time to get their men into position. Try to fire into the enemy. Maybe they're out of ammunition because they're charging into the enemy's ranks. The trolls, I mean. We've got Orc Albums with their munition getting in pretty close. Probably should target the Belaga Pikemen. That's exactly who they're targeting. Falling very quickly now. A9 to 84. Look at that fire. Is that from the God Helm? Yep. We've got Nazgul in the ranks. Okay, they're out of ammunition here. How's the battle going on over here? We've got some later sentries, which is not a good news there for the defenders. Alright, Mordor could win this fight. It's well within their power to win. We've got Orc Jarmans that should be firing, but they're not. They still have ammunition. They need to be targeting those Legitimate Shadowbows now. They're firing right into the line here. Mirsmorg Tosin could break any second. These Orc Javelins are not doing anything just yet. Come on, Glorious, get him in action. He's saving them for some reason, but I think that's a mistake. Shadowbows here, 17. Heavily damaged. Eclipse still has ammunition on these guys. He's drawing the God Helm fire. Okay. We've got Steelbows here working their way around. We've got Pharaohs of Swordmasters here. Orc Javelins have got to use their ammunition or risk not firing at all. Okay, Shadowbows here still have ammo. And now they're routing. That's a big loss there for Eclipse. 94 to 87. Orc Javelins are getting out of there. Mordor's being pressed together, being denied any space to move. Best way to kill a Nazgul is to surround him. Aside from catapult fire or Witcher fire, of course. Those are the fastest ways to kill Nazgul. Okay, got a helm here trying to bring down the catapult. We've got a unit of Nazgul, full unit from Eclipse. Temple Executioners outflanking the Pharaohs and Swordmasters here. Okay, this catapult is yet to fire. One's already been destroyed. Okay, so they just lost one of their generals. They gotta get themselves organized. Yeah, some sort of glitch. No dice. Oh wait, here you go. No, it's starting to fire. After all, it took a little time. The attacker's left flank is their best target. God, how many of you guys already broken through? Catapult might not fire at all. Alright. Imladris broke through. Tundras had nothing to tank after all. They're really finished over here? No, we got a full unit of Great Marine Dane. They probably should charge in and finish off the Nazgul. Well, the God of Helm is rendering these guys mute for now. Alright. We'll probably see out the attack here. They've killed one of the Numenorian generals. Don't think I'll have too much of an impact though. It will be kind of a grindy fight here. I don't know if the Nazgul here have already been defeated. Yeah, I'm seeing some Nazgul here. So down to 3. Yeah, so most have been killed. Alright, they're finished here. Which means the rest of this fight should be finished over here then. Nope, they just killed the last of the Nazgul. That's it. Alright, so well done to Meven, who got 1307. Frogie, 1798. Tundrasfox, 1536. And Mr. Sneakman there, 1803. Eclipse 2500 of the Darkcloud, 2561. Glorious Kazakhstan, 2249. Diego Rio 8 Ramos, 1788. Great kill counts all around. Well done, guys. Alright, we're at captains here from Eclipse. We can actually look at all 3 kill counts here for all Mordor players. For Eclipse there, you're at captains, 239. Temple Guard here, 169 and 179. Nicely done. Executioners did poorly, I think, on 91. I expect more from them. We got Doom Shadowbows here, 396. That's what I want to see. Near Small Chosen ranged surprisingly 54 to 157. Olakai 174. That's roughly what you expect Olakai to get. Sauron's Will 106. Alien unit got annihilated before they could really do anything, it would seem, on 36. Blackadder Barad-dûr 109 118. Not bad. Troll Catapult here 131. Orc Javelins range from 3 to 206. One you got absolutely butchered before they could use any of their ammunition. Unlucky there. Okay, Orc Maulers here range from 24 to 211, so one did phenomenally well and the other ones did phenomenally bad. That's funny. Okay, Glorious Kazakhstan here. Templar Guard 191. Adunim Shadowbows, he had 2 units, 212 to 227. Nazgul here 103 to 278. This is surprising. Mordor Halberds here. Range from 32 to 123, only one unit getting over 100. Mordor Archers there 102, Troll Catapult 206. Orc Javelins 71 to 124, and Mordor Archers here 100. Diego Rio Ramos. We have Temple Guard here ranging from 62 to 172. Adunim Shadowbows 102, Orc Javelins 98, Orc Archers 159, Temple Executioners 105 to 145. Here's Nazgul 250, Olakai 186, Sauron's Will 62 to 102. And that is that. Okie dokie. So, thank you to Eclipse 2500 of Darkcloud for sending me the replay. If you want to see your own replay featured here on this channel, guys, once again, you can send them to my email at scouts2entertainment@gmail.com. You can send them to me directly onto Discord via direct message, or join my Discord server Scouts Reconnaissance, where you can post your Total War replays into the Battle Replay sub-channel you will find there, or tag any Reforged replay as well to me on the Reforged Discord as well. This is Micka on behalf of Scouts Entertainment signing off. Goodbye my fellow Scouts, catch you in the next Total War battle.